Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tessie and today we'll be learning how to make a swimsuit, which is also known as pin down. I folded my pattern paper into two. Let's pause. If you're yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, kindly do so and let's get right into it. So I folded my pattern paper into two and we're going to be drafting the front pattern first before working on the back. So on the starting point, I'm going to take my shoulder measurements. So on the starting point, I'll be taking my shoulder measurement divided by 2. My shoulder is 15 inches, divided by 2 is 7.5. So I chalked 7.5 and I came down to the armhole line. My armhole is 9 inches and I'm just going to connect the lines together. So the next line is from the shoulder to the bust point. From the shoulder to the bust is 11 inches. Then I connected my line. So what I'll be doing next is from the shoulder to the waist. So you chalk from your shoulder to your waist and you also connect the line. So the next measurement to take is from your waist to your crotch. So you take from the waist to the crotch. So from the waist to the crotch is 11 inches. So I just chalked 11 inches and I'll also connect the line. So I went ahead to indicate my chest line, bust point, waist, and my crotch. So what we'll be doing next is getting the hip line. Now to get the hip line, you just check what you have from this waistline to the crotch. Using my tape, I'm going to check what I have. I have 11 inches. Divide the 11 inches by 2. It will give me 5.5. So I'm just going to chalk that 5.5 and I'm going to rule a line. So this will serve as my hip line. So I went ahead to label this line as the hip line. So guys, as you can see, I have my chest line, bust points, waist, hip, and crotch. So what I did was I checked what I have on my waist to my crotch. I have 11 inches. I divided it by 2 and I chalked what I have here on that hip line. This will just help you curve in the shape. So that's why you have this line. So I just indicated it as my hip line. On the starting point, I'll be taking my neck measurement. So I'll be using 3 by 3.5. Now go ahead to connect my lines. On the shoulder area, I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. I'll be connecting the lines together. On the chest line, I'll be placing my bust measurement divided by 4. I will not be adding allowance to this pattern because I'm using a stretchy fabric for the swimsuit. So do not add allowance if you are using a stretchy fabric. So my chest measurement divided by 4 will give me 9.5. On the waistline, I'll place my waist measurement divided by 4. My waist divided by 4 will give me 8 inches. I'll be connecting from the chest line to the waistline. So what I'll do next is I'll check what I have on that armhole line. So I placed my tape and I have 7.5. I'm going to divide it by 2 and I'll be coming in by half an inch. I'll go ahead now to curve in my armhole. So what I'll be doing next is on the hip line, I'll be placing my hip measurement divided by 4. My hip divided by 4 will give me 10 inches. And I'll go ahead now to connect from the waist to the hip. So guys, what we'll be doing next is on this crotch line, you're coming down by 1 inches. So you come down by 1 inches and you come in by 1.5. So on the crotch, you come down by 1 inches and you come in from that 1 inches by 1.5. Now go ahead to connect the lines together. So what we are doing next is shaping. So you can either use your curve ruler or you use your free hand. But I'll be using my free hand. So I'm just going to use my pencil to shape out the way I want the swimsuit to look You can shape it in any form that you want. So I just shaped mine this way, and I'll be using my pen to reshape it. So guys, you can see after shaping, this is what it looks like. You can shape it to any form that you want. So I'll go ahead now to indicate my lines before I cut out the front pattern. So now go ahead to cut out the front pattern. So guys, this is what the front pattern looks like. As you can see, let's go ahead now to cut the back. So for the back, I folded my pattern paper into two, and I placed my front on the back pattern. So what we'll be doing now is, on this crotch, you're coming down by 4 inches. The reason why you're coming down by 4 inches is because we need the back to accommodate the front. You don't want it too tight. So you come down by either 3 or 4 inches, but I'll be coming down by 4. So from that point, I'm just going to come in by 1.5, just the way we did in the front. So from that point, I came in by 1.5, and I'll go ahead to connect the line. So what we'll be doing next is shaping. So you're just going to shape it in any form that you want, but most time when drafting a swimsuit, the back is more covered than the front. So I'm just going to use my pencil to trace it out, then reshape. So guys, after doing that, this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead now to cut out the back. So you can just shape it in any form that you want. If you want it deeper, if you want it fuller, it depends on your preference. So for the back neckline, I want it a bit down. So what I'll do is I'll just take the front aside, and I'm going to come down on that back neckline by 6 inches. Then I'm just going to come in by 3.5 and curve my back neckline. So after doing that, this is what we have for both the front and the back. So guys, I'll be using a crepe fabric. As you can see, my fabric is very stretchy. I'll advise when drafting a swimsuit, you get a very stretchy fabric. So I went ahead to place my pattern on my fabric, and I'm cutting out the front pattern. So after doing that, I also went ahead to cut out my back pattern. So after cutting out my fabrics, what I'll be doing next is I'm just going to be folding. So I'll advise you either use your piping machine to pipe it. If you don't have a piping machine, you can take it to the market. There are some guys that have piping machine. They'll pipe it for you, and it is very cheap. But because this is just a tutorial I'm doing for you guys, I'm just going to be folding. But please take it to the market. It will be finer when you pipe. As you can see, I have folded it, and this is what it is looking like. So guys, like I said, it will be better to pipe the neckline and this side. So take it to the market if you don't have a piping machine to pipe. I just did this for you guys to just see a sample of what a swimsuit looks like. So guys, after folding, as you can see, I've secured my front and my back with a pin. So what I'll do next is stitch. So on that shoulder area, I'm just going to stitch 1/2 inch. Because this fabric is stretchy, what I'll do is just stitch 1/2 inch on both sides. So guys, after stitching, this is what I have. What I'll be doing next is using my pressing button on the crotch area. So you just take your pressing button, place it on that point, and you use your needle and thread to hand tack. So guys, for the pressing button, you can choose to use two, you can choose to use one. It all depends on your preference. After hand tacking, then you pin them down together. So guys, this is the final result of the swimsuit. If you want yours a bit exposed, you can go ahead to shape it in on that hip area. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop a comment, and I will surely see you guys in the next class. Bye.